The Boys and Girls Club can and does change that story. Many teens that we serve every day face challenges beyond their control. Academic gaps, food insecurity, lack of positive role models, and exposure to violence and risky business. Without support during these critical after-school hours, these challenges can shape their future in devastating ways. Our program is a safe, structured environment during hours our teens need us most. Academic support and tutoring that improves school performance and attendance. Mentorship and life skills training that builds confidence and character. Enrichment activities, sports, arts, STEAM, and helps these kids, our teenagers, discover their talents and strengths. When you fund our teen program, you are not supporting a building, you're changing lives. Your support helps to increase graduation rates, reduce juvenile crime and risky behaviors, builds a pipeline of confidence, capable future leaders, strengthens families and our community as a whole. Because of our teen program, teens go to school more often. They gain job and readiness and leadership skills. Parents gain a sense of peace of mind knowing that the teens are in a safe and supported place. Demand is growing, resources are limited. Your partnership ensures that our teens are left with a lot of opportunity and a lot of caring from our community. We hope that you continue to support our program. I think we all would agree that teenagers today, they face a lot of challenges, they face a lot of unknowns. And sometimes we see at the club that parents don't see the teenagers as little kids, and they don't think they need that extra help and that love and that concern and their care. And I'm not saying all parents, I'm just saying if there are parents who are working, parents working or single parent, they see the teenager as somebody who should be at home and helping with the little kids, maybe a job after school. But we see that as important too. But we also see that teens are still kids and they're growing.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Are there any questions? Can the record show that our colleague Deb Hogan has come? Welcome. Any questions? Go ahead.
Mary Beth, about how many teens do you usually service a week?
Okay. Yep. We do have 86 teen memberships, and we serve anywhere, depending on the time of year and sports, about 18 to 25 a day.
18.
Yeah.
And those clients of yours, it's me,
Yeah.
those clients are Binghamton residents, right?
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
And the amount of money you're asking?
We're asking for 20,000. Let me just double check that. Yes, the whole program budget is 75,000, and we're asking for 20,000.
Thank you. And that 20,000 will be leveraged how?
I'm not sure. Okay, so we have that. Get the budget here. The teen director, his salary is $34,398. We're asking 50% of that. 50%, about 17,000, a little more, would go to that, and then the rest would be to the part-time staff.
And is there a fee for the teens?
There is a fee, $65 for the year. It's a
Okay.
membership fee, and no child, teen, or younger member is ever turned away. If they can't pay the 65, we don't worry about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions? And also let the record show that Jordan Trice is here. And I forgot to tell everybody, we give you about 5 minutes. We give ourselves about 5 minutes to do questions and answers, but there's no hook and there's no trap doors. So if you run over a little bit, we're not going to do anything. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now I can move on to the after hours program. And we feel that funding the after hour teen program is an investment in safety, prevention, and opportunity. This program is the Friday and Saturday night program, which runs from 6 until 10. And then, I'm sorry, about 9:30. And then we take these kids home. They all go right to their door. We don't have a bus stop. We don't drop them off at friends' houses. They go right to their own home. And we've been doing this program for many years now, and we know that after school hours, especially the evenings, are most challenging for teens. Without a safe, structured space, many young people are left with limited options, being unsupervised, exposed to negative influences, or spending time on the streets. Our after hours program keeps teens where they belong, engaged, supportive, and protected in a trusted community environment. By extending club hours, we provide teens with a safe haven during critical hours. Our program offers positive alternatives such as mentorship, academic support, leadership development, creative activities, and recreational outlets. The experiences not only reduce risky behavior, but also builds confidence, life skills, and a sense of belonging. Our program also strengthens the community. When teens have a safe place to go, communities will see reduced crime, less vandalism, and stronger relationships between youth and caring adults. We don't need these teens out on the street late at night. Our communities, they deserve to make sure that the teens, and not all teens are out causing trouble, but let's not even give them that opportunity. Be in a place where they need to be. And again, parents feel a peace of mind knowing that the kids are safe. A lot of this sounds like the teen program, but in the after hours programs, we do less educational program. Think of you when you were a teenager, or if you have teenagers, the last thing on a Friday night you want to do is pull out your homework or, sit down and read. So Friday and Saturday nights are a lot of eating, a lot of playing in the gym, going on field trips, giving the kids just a place to have fun and be themselves and be safe. And we feel that funding this after-hour teen program is not just about keeping doors open, it's about opening doors to possibility today and preparing for success tomorrow. So I hope you will continue to support our after-hours program.
Thank you. Any questions? I take it that this is Friday night.
And Saturday night.
Oh, and Saturday
Friday and
night too.
Saturday
Friday
night,
and
yes.
Saturday night.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And for this program, you are asking?
We are asking 40,000. The whole program is 40,000. And the reason we asked for the whole thing is this is a program that about 10 or 12 years ago, the mayor came to us and asked us to run this program. And they gave us 50,000 at the time. And we made it very clear to them at the time that we didn't have any extra money. So this is all the funding we have for this this after hours program. If we don't get full funding, we would just cut it down a little bit. We would make it work somehow. It may not be both nights every weekend, but it would be enough to have these kids continue to have good leadership from the club and just feel safe, and they carry on with them things that we teach them. So even if they're not with us every single night, although we would love that to be the regular Friday and Saturday nights, we would certainly try and do what we can.
How many kids do you usually have in an evening?
Anywhere from, again, 18, 25, could be even more. It depends on if they're playing basketball, if they're playing football. So some of them will come over afterwards, but yeah, we get a good amount.
Do teens have to pay an additional fee to attend?
No, 65 is just that membership fee. Yeah.
So that 65 includes everything that you guys provide
Yes.
for any program?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then last program.
Well, actually, John has,
Geez, I'm so sorry.
So that's okay. I'll wait until the last program and then I'll ask. Thank you.
Okay. So our last program is the summer fee program. And in the past, I've always mentioned how we feel it's extremely important because this is a program, the only program that we charge a fee for, because it is an all-day program. It is Monday through Friday during the summer, 9 to 3. So we do have a fee. It's 9 weeks, and for the whole 9 weeks, it's $475, which comes out to very little a day for childcare with what we do. But what we have found in the past is the children who are with us every single day during the school year cannot afford this program. And these are the kids that need to be, these are the kids who are with us all the time. And the thought of them not coming to the club, a lot of these kids live in the neighborhood, and to see them watching all these other children who can afford it not be at the and they can't be there with us, it's just, it's more than we can really take at the club, because these kids depend on us. And for the summer program, or for the summer, we don't want to see the kids without the supervision, without some type of education. If they've gone all summer, all day long, and they're not doing any reading or any playing where they're learning how, confidence and leadership, it's not good for them. And then they have to go back, start school again in September, and they're just not ready. And if they're not at the Boys and Girls Club, a lot of these kids are just going to be home alone, which means they don't go to school in the summer, so they're not getting breakfast in school. They're not getting lunch in school. So if they're not with us during the summer, where we give them breakfast, lunch, and a snack, all these things come into play. And we just know that the summer program at the club, and we're asking for 55 children scholarships, and they're all City of Binghamton. We do require a proof of where they live. We require proof of income. We do work with the city to know exactly what we're supposed to do. And we just feel that not only is it good for the kids, it's good for the parents, it's good for the families, it's good for our community to make sure these kids are well taken care of and are safe and having fun during the summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming tonight, and thank you so much for all that you do for the kids in the community.
Thank you.
I have some questions about the numbers.
Okay.
And I think that we talked about this last year too.
Okay.
So the Teen Center, based on your application, Teen Center would serve approximately 55 unduplicated kids. Summer program, 55 unduplicated kids. And after hours, 45 unduplicated kids.
Yes.
Now, that's 155 total. How many of those, can we take out the duplicates of there? How many of those are children or families who are using one, two or more of those services? Help me break it down, because I want to know how many kids are served by all three programs.
The younger kids, the summer program, that is mainly the younger members under 12. Very few teen. We do give some teen. I'd say probably 3 or 4 teens might get a summer scholarship. The teenagers in the after hours and the teen program, there are duplicated teens. There are some who only come to the after hour. There are some who only come to the regular teen program every day, Monday through Friday. I can try and get better numbers for you, and I can get them maybe to Mary Ann to see how many are duplicated, but they definitely are, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of thing is important to me in consideration.
Yeah.
Because, the Boys and Girls Club is a staple of the community, certainly. The service pot that we're pulling from.
Yeah.
There's about 20 different organizations that we kind of have to balance here. And historically, Boys and Girls Club asked for a third of that money right off the top.
Right.
So we've got to make tough decisions and stretch things as far as we can.
Yeah.
I want to know how many people are being served.
Mhm.
You do
I understand.
fantastic work. I know that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
in this world right now,
Yeah.
we got to stretch every dollar.
I
As do you,
understand
I'm sure.
completely. I understand. And I will say again, too, the after hours program was something that we were asked to do. I would hate to give up that program,
Yes.
but it was made very clear to the mayor at the time that we would have to, if you are coming to us and you need this program, we would not have additional funding for that.
I
Just like
understand,
the
yes.
City of Binghamton, United Way, everybody is just, having to cut back.
Yeah.
And we will do whatever we have to do. I will try and get the numbers that you need. I just left there and there are children everywhere and, it's a good place, but I understand. I know what's going on with the city. I know, the need is great. I know that. But I will say that what we do at the club makes a difference with these kids. And I think you all know that. Nobody has ever said anything negative about the club or, we've had great partnerships. We do well, very proud of it. And, we're going to continue to do one way or another. If we have to cut back a little, we do, but we're out there working and trying to get money everywhere. Please don't think the city's going to give us some money. Cause I've been doing this for almost 40 years. I remember when it was much easier,
And we had a lot more money back then, too.
Exactly. And I think that's why they probably approached us and said, we're going to give you 50,000. I go, oh, okay. Can you run this after hours program?
Yeah.
And, the teens have really come to need that program, but, just as we are needing the money and wanting to do it. I will say, I think the club, our board, our administration, we are very good about making sure that we are on top of things. And, if money is for this, it's going to that. If we have to go somewhere else, sometimes people close the doors when I come because they know what I'm asking for. But we're going to work hard to continue. I hope you guys can really give this some good thought and help the club. And yeah, but
Yeah.
I understand.
We absolutely, we take it
Yeah.
very seriously and we
Yeah.
value everything that you do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well,
Absolutely.
just to follow up. So we deliberate in April, we sit down, we hash it out.
Yeah.
How would you like to see us prioritize among the three different programs?
Oh,
I know that's a very difficult
really
question to ask you.
difficult. I would really, gosh, I really don't know how to answer. The teen program itself, that is funded partly by United Way, not the after hours and not the summer scholarship. Now that could change tomorrow, but as of right now, we need the kids there in the summer. We just need them there. These little kids, when I say, 5, 6, 7-year-old kids who, if they're not at the club, we don't know what they're doing. And every night I drive out in the back neighborhood on my way home and there are kids everywhere. There are, and a lot of them come to the club and some don't. And, 25 years ago, I would have stopped the car and gotten out and talked to them. Now you do that and, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So we don't do that anymore. So that's very important. And the after hours, if we had to take it down to one night during the weekend, that would be better than nothing. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I know you guys say you look for funding, which I did notice. You were the recipients of Restaurant Week, I
Yes.
believe, last year.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to go on the record and say, how was that? Was that?
It was great. I have no idea. We haven't gotten the money or anything yet. We haven't gotten the money from it. And I don't know what it's going to be. So I would imagine after they were busy with the holidays and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. I would be interested in seeing that. So
Sure.
that way we could
Sure.
go from there.
Yeah.
Also, I ate out extra because it was going to you
Good.
guys.
We did too. I took the staff out a couple times. Yeah. But we do that anyways, even if it's not coming to us. So, yeah.
Deb has a question.
Oh, yes.
Mary Beth, welcome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming. Happy New Year. Two questions I have. One, in past proposals and just from presentations, I was under the impression that there was an interaction with the teens on the Friday, Saturday with available police officers. Has that particular part been discontinued or changed or evolved or?
I mean, having them coming in.
Right.
We have had them in a few times. It's absolutely not a regular thing, but we have had the police come in for that program and for the little kids. We have absolutely had some really good cooperation with them. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
And for the last, I know it's a question I've had the last 3 or 4 funding cycles for both the summer and the after hours teen program.
Mhm.
It's again 100% funding through
Mhm.
CDBG.
Yeah.
I think John and others have alluded to it's a very tight funding
Yep.
cycle. In this time that it's been going, where else can you or should you be looking to help fund these 2 particular programs so it's not a 100%?
Yeah. Well, we do get, we do anything that comes our way, anything that we go out and seek. We have a very assertive and aggressive resource development director. We do have fundraising that goes towards some of these programs. As far as the after hours program, again, as much as we appreciate all the city has done, it was, came to me and said, this is what we'd like to see. This would be so good for the community and the neighborhood to keep the teens off the street. And it was more or less said to me that this would be a program that would be funded. And believe me, I know that things change. We have tried with United Way. They fund the teen program, but they do not fund the after hours program. If we have the opportunity to find some money, we do. A part of our fundraising does go to the teen program, and a part of the funding does go to the summer program with the extra things that we do, like the extra party type things we do, the outside bounce houses and things like that, the field trips, because 20,000 or 50 or the money that we do get for the scholarships does not cover everything, but we do as much as we can through fundraising. Right now, everybody is fighting for the same dollar, and if we have an opportunity, we go for it. Yeah. And I think, Deb, if we had the opportunity, we would go more for the teen program right now. I don't know. I don't know if there's a couple people I've talked to in the community that don't, the after hours is good, but they're there all during the day. I don't think, unless they've heard it from me, with you guys and with some other community people, I don't know if they understand the importance of that as much. We try to get through to them, but for the longest time, we didn't have to ask for any funding for the after hours because it was given to us 100%.
Would those fundraising activities not be part of this budget because it shows just there's not a contributing is what I'm trying to say.
We do as much as we can with these programs, with the fundraising. Not, we don't know, like, we will try and budget for it, but we never know really how the fundraisers are going to go. We have 2 major fundraisers, and we budget, just keeping in mind, we may not do, especially lately, the last several years, fundraising has gone down. Yeah. Okay.
I think maybe going along with that, maybe if you could give us an idea of what your fundraising was last year, we could actually use that to leverage the
Okay.
fact that you are trying. And I would suggest that as the CDAC, one thing we can do is all go back to talk to the people on city council and the mayor's office who have nominated us and make that clear, because that may have gotten lost over time,
Okay.
that with the teen after hours program. So at
Yeah.
least we can make people aware of that
Okay.
promise you were given.
Yep.
I think that's
Okay.
something that we could do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
we will try.
Okay.
And
All
thank
right.
you. And
Thank you
again,
very much.
I live in that neighborhood and I
Mhm.
see those kids. So
I
thank
know.
you.
I know. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
The neighbor changed.
Yes.
It really
And it's
has.
going to change more with the revitalization
I know.
project. I'm
Can't
going
wait. I know.
to be even more kids knocking at your door.
Yes. Yes. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you all very much. And I am going to get numbers and information to
No
you.
problem. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Could
you.
could I just ask you one quick question, Mary Beth? What, right here?
Oh.
Just one quick. So for the summer program, it says 475.
Yeah.
And then they have to do a $65 membership on
Yeah.
top of the 475?
Most of it's already taken by the summertime, like most people start back in September and they're already a member for the summer. So they do pay 65, what the families do. We don't, that's not included in the scholarship money, only the fees. So they do have an additional $65.
Okay.
They pay once a year.
Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all righty.
Thank you.
It's so funny. It all sounds like. I'm
I know.
talking to other
We
people
need
we're
to raise
talking-
our hand when we speak so you can tell who we are.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night. Our next presenter is the Urban League. No, you can give them to us. Yeah. We won't take it off your 5 minutes.
Trying to be a little more fancy.
Funny that we have this one just time. Well, last time he had an excuse, but this time, and it was funny because we usually send out a. I know. Probably not a bad idea, especially after a break like the one we had in December. Your mind goes crazy, you know that? No. Can you leave an extra one? Our chair is
Yeah.
here. Thank you.
Do I have to push a button or anything? Oh, I'm
No, you
ready.
just need to almost, like I said,
Right.
swallow the mic for
Okay.
us to hear you.
Yes, it is green. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I'm Jennifer Lesko. I'm the president and CEO of the Broome County Urban League. And I've had the pleasure of being in that seat since 2006.
No, that one's.
So I'm very happy that I'm still
No.
here and we're almost, yep, and we're still going. And also the support from the city really has been paramount for our youth programs. And I just wanted to share a little bit. I thought in just some of the photos, so you see some of the stuff we do, and then I'll talk to you about the kids we serve. We have Binghamton University come in. They do men's basketball, women's basketball, tennis. I thought I could handle tennis, not so much. but, we do chess and checkers club. Our kids also did some artwork for LUMA, and you'll see in the top corner picture, their artwork was on the buildings at LUMA. And just to see some of their faces when they saw their art
That's
larger
cool.
than life, that was pretty amazing. And then we do art, and then we do a health section. We had the fire and ambulance come out and talk to the kids about neighborhood safety. We also do first aid and CPR based on the children's ages. So the Broome County Urban League program, we are a licensed program through Office of Children and Family Services. We do serve children 5 to 12 years of age. Once they age out from us, we direct them to the Boys and Girls Club. Mary Beth and I have known each other for decades, and so we do run them to those programs, so there's no interruption in support or services. Probably 82% of the folks that we serve are working, going to school, or both, but they are, unfortunately, I guess I could say, living just below or still at poverty level because they're making minimum wage. And so they still need some additional support from us. So we're really, really happy that we can provide that support. We normally see average during the school year, we normally have about 30, sometimes 40 kids. During the summer, we have about 50 kids we average per day. This program is also an inclusionary program for children with special needs. Those kids can come to us till they're 18. We had 7 children this summer that were supported by Office of Persons with Developmental Disabilities, and we have 5 right now in the after-school program. So we really try and keep, I guess I could say a community spirit, and we really involve the families and the caregivers in everything we do. We recently did a health conference with the Binghamton University nursing program, and we invited all of the families. A lot of the families learned about diabetes, blood pressure, bone density, a number of things. So we really want to try and make it a one-stop shop for our families because we also provide wraparound services. We can help with rent, mortgage, utility bills, food, clothing, transportation, anything that they may need just to meet their basic daily needs. We also provide transportation. So if we have families who don't have a vehicle, or maybe somebody in the household, there's only one parent or one caregiver home, and they don't have a vehicle, we can provide transportation home for those children. With the program runs September to June from 2:30 to 6 p.m. We do what we call, we find, like my colleague Mary Beth said, we find if we call it homework cafe, it's more interesting for the kids to want to do homework. And then when they first come in, they have the opportunity to do recreation and sport. They're in school all day. We want to kind of have them burn off some of that energy. Then we do the academics, and then we may have an activity. This year, we have the pleasure, we're working with the Black Student Union at Binghamton University, the Latino and Latina Club, the athletic department. The kids are learning Spanish, and we're going to have SUNY Broome come in and do sign language with the kids. We did that last year, and they had a great time with that, and we think that's super important. And then we're going to start doing some cooking classes and healthy eating. And I'm very, very lucky. I have a great team. I've had the opportunity to have the same team for 8 years. I knock on wood, which is unheard. Asia, that's kind of unheard of, but I'm very, very lucky that we have that, that we have the same staff working with the same kids. Probably 80% or more of our kids stay with us from 5 to, as I said, to 12 years old. And then we rudder them to the Boys and Girls Club, so there's no interruption in service. We are looking to expand our program. We do have a summer program in Johnson City and in Binghamton. We are looking right now to see if we can expand our after-school program. We have had some requests from Johnson City, so we are looking to do that. With the after-school program, probably 90% of the kids are from City of Binghamton. During the summer, we have about 75% of the kids are from the City of Binghamton. During the summer, we have kids come from all over the county. Our summer program is a 7.5-week full-day program, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We do breakfast, lunch, a snack, and dinner. We do field trips every Friday. And they do every year, the kids think of an activity that they want to do for the family picnic at the end. So last year they did a talent show. Some of the kids sang, some of the kids danced. It was really lovely. We had one of our special needs young ladies that got up and sang, and her Mother said that that's the first time she had ever seen her smile. She was 12 years old. So yeah, that makes everything worth it. Even the worst day, things like that might make it worth it. And at the end of the summer program, we provide a backpack full of school supplies, sneakers, a brand new pair of sneakers from Dick's, and also a hoodie or a sweatshirt for them to start the school year. So I think that's the Reader's Digest version. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Any questions? Deb?
Jennifer, more of a comment and congratulations is that there's various funding opportunities that you have patchworked this together.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, because that helps us in the awful budget meeting, that we have at the end of the year. The question that I had, you were recently, and I missed the media coverage. Is it a new building that you're going to be going into? What was that celebrating? If you could share with us.
Sure. We were very lucky to get a grant from Senator Webb. We are in an office space right now where after 12 noon, I'm the only one in the building. So I think we could make better use of the building. The building used to be apartments. So we're going to reconstruct market rate apartments. And then we also receive money for an Urban League Empowerment Center. So the Urban League offices will be still at 88 Main. We'll have an office there, but they'll also be on the east side in the Urban League Empowerment Center when we get that done. And in that site, we're going to have computers, a food pantry, a clothing closet, job training, and really a community center where if people want to come in, have coffee and read the paper, they can, because we really want to try and rebuild that sense of community. It is. Yeah, we're still going to have a 250-seat theater towards the back for like talent shows, special events, and things like that. And we are building a small cafe, and some of our teens that come through during the summer, they're going to work at the cafe. So if they want to learn about cooking, they'll learn how to do that. If they want to learn about finance, they'll work with our accountant. So it'll be like a job training for them.
And when are you estimating that's going to be?
We are actually inside the building right now doing the construction. We secured the face of the building. We did the roof. Now they're inside putting the walls up. So we're hoping by summer, by the end of summer. And just as on the funding comment, Deb, I mean, when I came into the Urban League, there was not diversified funding, and that could be a big problem. So when you have a program that's funded 75% through one avenue, if that funding goes away, you better be able to do some magic pretty quickly. And I also understand about funding, because even though we're a 501, we're a business, and we have to operate as such. So we sometimes have to make tough decisions, but I'm very lucky that we've been able to get the funding that we have. So probably 80% of our kids, they don't pay. Most of those funds go for the staff, the supplies, because we want to make it really easy for the families we serve that are working and going to school to not have to worry about program fees.
And just for the record, how much are you asking us for?
20,000.
20,000. Thank
Yes.
you. Out of a budget of probably much more.
160,000.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
But
much.
because we're licensed, we have to maintain the child to staff ratio, and it's a little bit more stringent with our kids with special needs, the child to staff ratio.
Can imagine. Any other questions? Thank you very much, I think.
Sure. And I have one more. I have our Attain Lab.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so the last program is, thank you, is the Attain Lab. And it took me a while to get the acronym right, but it stands for Advanced Technology Training and Information Networking. And it's a
Thank you.
partnership that we have with, we call it SUNY Central. It's basically the nonprofit arm of the SUNY system. So this program, gosh, I think it started in about 2010. When I first came to the Urban League, we had a technology center that was funded through Workforce. That funding went away by 60%. I think you were working at Workforce when those funding cuts happened. And so we really had to pivot. We were very lucky that our assemblywoman who supports this every year, SUNY Central wanted to build a computer lab in Binghamton. And our assemblywoman said, well, the Urban League already does that. Why build a new building when we have someone that could do it? So that to me was divine intervention. 100% that like our funding from Workforce ended and our Attain Lab opened the following week. So it was very, very, I think meant to be. So our Attain Lab, it's all free. We have right now 37 courses. We have occupational as well as technology certifications. Many of the technology certifications are national credentials, industry recognized, because the exams are proctored. So the students, they have a proctored exam and they get a certification or a national credential. The newest course we put on the books, I think it was last year, is QuickBooks. And that has been a pretty popular course. We do have a lot of occupational trainings. The most popular ones have been the home health care and the child care, as well as the like the trades, like construction, electrician. So one of the things we do with the trades, folks can come in, they can do refreshing math, they can do customer service, time management, and then do some other things where they, I'm sorry, I hope I'm saying this right, like where they can learn about like a bandsaw, I don't know what it's called. But so when they go in to do, to work with the trades, they have some of that base knowledge. And some of the folks in the trades have said that especially the refreshing math has really been imperative to help them be successful. We usually see about 800 to 900 individuals a year. Probably 60 to 65% come from the city of Binghamton. We have an 82% success rate in credential completion as well as job placement. We do have a third of that number of folks that are in a current job, but with these credentials, they get to move up within their company or they get a better paying job. We also now have been able to, we had a partnership with Raymond Corporation where they brought in 20 employees and they did workplace computing and they got their MOS certification, and it's all free. So we think that's a really important thing, that folks can come there and not have to worry about cost. We've also been able to stay hybrid. So some folks, they can, get an email and log in and they can do their classes and certifications online if coming into Binghamton is a barrier for them. Oh, and the last thing, the folks have asked me this. We don't get any funding from SUNY Attain. We're the community-based organization that manages this program because Attain brings about $1.2 million in services to the community because they straight pay the salaries, but with the hardware, the software, the certifications, the vouchering that needs to be paid for, they make that huge investment. So they do ask for a community-based organization to oversee the lab locally. So we currently help with, supplies, some trainings that they may need, building maintenance. And we did ask the mayor, if you would be able to fund the rent for the lab, and you have done so. I think this is the third year or fourth year, I'm sorry, but that has been really wonderful in helping us maintain such a good program. Does anyone have any questions?
I have just one question. Your academic, is that like adults who come in and maybe are looking for GEDs? Is that what
Yep,
they're doing?
We have, well, we can serve folks 17 and older. So we do
Okay.
have the GED practice test. So what we do, we might partner with different, like, Binghamton City Schools or different organizations. If someone does, takes the GED and say they don't pass it because they don't do well in math, you can come to the Attain Lab, do all the practice tests at no charge, and then do a proctored practice test with one of the instructors to see how you do. So you can go back into that GED, and pass it and do well.
Jizula and I are both school board members. This is very good information for us to have. Thank you.
We actually, at one point, tried to offer the lab at Carlisle Apartments 2 days a week. I think it was going to be Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons for the kids. I can't remember I don't know if they called it Twilight School. The kids that couldn't go during the academic day because they had to work or support their family. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It was probably, right before COVID, we had this conversation. And we were going to open the lab at Carlisle, not have any classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and allow the kids to go in there and do practice math, practice reading, job preparedness. And unfortunately, I think COVID bit us, and that was the end of that. But we have a lab at Carlisle. We have our lab at 47 North. If we ever wanted to have students come and do refreshing math or anything like that, we would absolutely offer up the space. We currently have a group from Binghamton University, computer science freshmen, that are taking pivot tables. I guess pivot tables is amazing. That's what I hear. And they really like that because they don't offer that in that curriculum yet. So that really helps prepare them for, some of the other classes they're taking. So we'll really do whatever you would
Okay,
like us
I'll
to
buy.
do.
What's a pivot table?
I guess it's a better version of Excel.
Oh,
That's what I'm told.
more
I mean, I've been
complications.
using Excel
Right.
since 1999. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the person, but I guess it's like the much better version of
Okay,
Excel.
thank you.
I said I was going to take the class. I probably should.
We all should probably. And ESOL, do you know what? I mean, because it used to be ESL and then they changed it. So what is ESOL now? Do you
Oh my
know?
God, you're going to
English as a second other language?
Other language. English as
Honestly?
second-
Oh my
I
gosh.
believe so. Yeah, other language. Yes.
They just can't leave things alone, can
Yeah,
they?
there's too many acronyms. I think we
Seriously.
have to.
Yeah, and everybody talks in acronyms and nobody knows what they're talking about.
I
So
know.
we
I
appreciate that.
had to tell students to write out U instead of putting the letter U.
The letter
like,
U.
Right,
And
Y-O-U.
four is FOR. Yeah.
A-R-E. Don't
Thank
put the
you.
R.
God bless you for that.
I have one question.
Sure.
Where do you get your instructors from and how many are there typically?
We have at Carlisle, we have 2, and at North Street, we have 2. They apply through the SUNY system. So SUNY and then myself do the interviews, and then they go through a 2-month training where they learn all of the program materials, and then they end up having to have proctored certification exams to be certified instructors in MOS or Word. So they have to be they do a special certification exam, and they have to refresh that every year. Yeah, all this was developed by the SUNY system, the
Okay.
courses and the coursework. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I guess I would like to know who you work with at the school district.
We were doing, it was, John, he used to be with gang prevention. No, he was with gang prevention, John
Okay.
Clinchak. Is that him? I'm sorry. Yeah.
John Clinchak.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That really is good to know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, I think we
Okay.
can let you go.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
We appreciate you. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Family enrichment is next. Don't look so thrilled. Come on, guys. I know that's, well, he thought our meeting started at 6:15, and I think he thought we had to be here when we started. Little miscommunications everywhere. I'm beginning to get really worried about Justin though, because this isn't like him at all, you know? Unless he completely forgot. That's true. Oh, thank you, dear.
Hello, everybody. How are you? I am doing great, thank you. So last time I was here, I think I went way over time, so I've been very tedious to make sure I stay on track. So I
Yes, but
apologize for
you
that.
weren't harmed in any way, so that's okay.
Well, I
Can we-
also,
Can we have your name for the record, please?
oh, yes. So I'm Eric Lasky. I am the Director of Housing at Family Enrichment Network, and I oversee the ESG Caring Homes program. And that's what I'm here to speak about today. So, thank you to the City Council and the City of Binghamton and your continued investment in our community and our program, the ESG program. We have been very fortunate to help a lot of families along the way. And as you know, homelessness and the homeless population has been not only a macro problem in the country, but of course it's a micro in this region and in the county specifically and in the City of Binghamton. So funding programs like ESG are part of that process to prevent further homelessness in our community. And that is a tiered step into combating this epidemic that is sweeping across our country. So I just want to thank everybody for that and the continued investment in our community for that. So what I wanted to do is to go over some of the numbers that we have from last year and where we are this year, and then compare that to where we were 2 years ago, because as I think you will see, we've done a really excellent job at not only meeting our yearly goals, but surpassing our yearly goals, which means we're helping more people with the same amount of investment and providing them with longer term supportive care services, which stabilize the community and keep those that are housed, which is one of the most preventative things that we can do. So of course, primary goal of the ESG grant, Emergency Solutions Grant, is to prevent homelessness through financial assistance and supportive services to those that are imminent risk of becoming homeless. This is the report, which you'll see on the first page. Going into the second page is our program report of last year through 2025, with additional ESG funding that was provided by the City of Binghamton to assist with delinquent water bills. We were given an additional $16,000 by the City of Binghamton. We met them. There was quite a number of outstanding water bills that were occurring throughout the city, and from landlords to tenants, and how we were going to combat that. So there was some additional money that was given to us to help with that. And we did a really, really great job of navigating through that process, working with tenants, working with landlords. And the city was really fantastic of working with us and making sure that we got all those folks the necessary funds to remain housed and to keep their water turned down, which is really, really great, and to get them below that $500 threshold. So we're able to really extend that out further so they could stay housed for a longer period of time, which is really, really great. So I've broken this down. The red numbers that you see are obviously the numbers that we met throughout the year, and the numbers in black are what our yearly goals are, what our expectations are. So families that were referred to CES for last year was 358, and our yearly goal is 120. Years served was 49, and that was for families that received financial assistance for homeless prevention. Our yearly goal was 36. On the second page, the number of families that received intensive case management services, that was 49 again. Our yearly goal is 36. Families referred to providers to prevent homelessness, that was 127 is what we served, and our yearly goal is 50, which is really great and shows how dynamic we all work together as community organizations to support the members of our community, to help provide secondary and tertiary supportive care needs for the families that we work with. So I'm really proud of that number specifically. Active families in the program, so that's open HMIS. Yearly served is 63. We don't have a yearly goal for that. It's not a requirement. We serve those that come to us, and that's always been our motto. And cases closed through HMIS. This is, excuse me, also a good number because this means that families have been not only stabilized, but their cases are completed and they are set, meaning they need no further community supports at this time. So by closing them out, we yearly, out of that 63, we closed out 44. So that's a really good percentage that we were able to help that didn't need any further services from us or other community supports. So that also advocates on how much Jason, who's our case manager, works really, really hard to make sure, and Family Enrichment Network in general, how hard we work to make sure that those families are getting services, not only from our organization, but that we network them and communicate them to other organizations that can help stabilize them so we can follow up and make sure that they are, yes, stable and their cases are completed. So I'm very proud of those numbers. I want to give you our current numbers. So our new grant started in September. So we are roughly 3 months in. Our current report, so families that are referred to CES. So for the month of December, we had 18 referrals. To date, we have already surpassed our yearly goal. So that's a lot of referrals that have already come through to us. On the last page, you will see the same families that receive financial assistance for homeless prevention. To date in December, we have 5, 17 total to date, and then yearly goal is 36. Families received intensive case management services, December 5, to date 17, yearly goal 36. And then families that referred to prevent homelessness, that's December 8. To date 39, our yearly goal is 50, so we're almost there, and we are 3 months into the program. To achieve our goals. Active families in the program with open HMIS. So December, we had 13. To date, that's 36 yearly goal, and we have closed out 23 of those already. So we are on track to surpass last year's numbers with the same amount of funding. So it's a really, really great intensive process that we use, but we are very diligent to make sure that the families that come to us, get referred to us, are walked through every step of the process, supported in every way we possibly can, and provide that financial assistance that we can. And then network beyond that with a follow-up and check to make sure that they are completing and don't need anything else from us before we close out their cases. Now, I did want to go back, I did not include this, but I wanted to go back 2 years ago when I took over as director of housing in the program and what our numbers were for that year. And you'll see some interesting trends that kind of have occurred since then. So, and the same thing that we had for families that we were referred to through CES, to date, we had 196 at that point. Last year, we had 358. So the amount of people that referred to us that were needing financial assistance or some sort of stabilization has almost doubled in just that. And we're looking to possibly hit that same number and possibly larger if we keep this calculation going this year. Families that received financial assistance 2 years ago, we were at 45. And then obviously for this year, we were up to 49, or well, for the last previous year. 45 was the exact same for the other number. We achieved that again by 49. Families that were referred to provide preventive services, that was 80. We got up to 127. So that was an excellent number that we achieved more than we did the previous year, which means we're helping more families with the same budget and able to extend further, which is great. Yearly served was 45 and 30, and as you can see, 63 and 44. So it's not a good thing that we're seeing more cases. But what is a good thing is that we are able to diversify our approach and be more organic in how we help folks and utilize more services in our community and think outside the box on how we can help more people with the same funds. And that is a good approach that shows that we have not only flexibility, but the ability to adapt and to serve clients where they're at and support them in ways that maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago weren't always available in our community, but are becoming available in our community. So that shows me a good stabilization of what we can do as a community in itself and as networks that we work with. Two things that I wanted to mention also about ESG, and I kind of looked at some of the demographics that were coming in and that have been given to us. I'm seeing an increase in elderly population in becoming homeless or possible imminent risk of homelessness. We've seen an increase of that by about 28% almost every year since the last 2 years. And it looks like it's going to be similar to that. So those that are 65 and older that are facing homelessness for the first time or imminent risk of homelessness, we're seeing an increase there. The other is first-time homelessness. So folks that have never been homeless before, ever in their lives, have had stable housing, are now calling and for the first time are facing possible eviction notices, are behind in their bills or their rent, and they're becoming homeless for the first time. These are two trends that we're seeing also on a national level, as well as a regional level. So we're not unique in this in Broome County or the city of Binghamton, but we are seeing this trend happen here. I just thought, I don't know how that helps this, but I just wanted to throw that out as these are the two things when I was reviewing demographics this week of who was calling in. This is the sort of an alarming trend that we're seeing. And as things have gotten more expensive over the last couple of years and ever since COVID, I think people are finding it very hard to start to determine, do I pay my water bill? Do I pay my electric bill? I'm going to miss my rent this month. I'm going to miss my rent next month. They're starting to juggle in a different way than maybe they hadn't previously had to. And of course, as you become elderly or you're on a fixed budget or low income, you have to figure out where to tighten up. And we are seeing that in our ESG funding. So I think I didn't go over time.
No, that's okay.
I get nervous with time limits.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I teach a class at the college once a year, and all my students, they always tell me, like, speak less, professor. So they actually have a little timer for me that goes off in the classroom. That's how I know the class ends.
Well,
So-
we're a very patient group, so please
You are
don't
very
worry.
patient.
Please
I
don't worry.
appreciate that while I fumble along.
Are there any questions?
I don't have a question, but I will say that I am not surprised that your numbers are growing. I know just a couple weeks ago, I got hit with a $2,200 NYSEG bill myself. $1,700 of it is a delivery fee. And that startled me to say the least, because I
absolutely.
haven't changed anything with my energy consumption.
Mm.
And then I think about like how fortunate I am that I do have a good job. My
Mhm.
house is paid off. I am in a very privileged place right now. But I think about my friends that are not in that spot, who they are, they do only have $40 left over. And like, what would that $2,200 bill mean for them? So I'm not surprised that you're seeing an increase, especially with things like this popping up. Groceries are expensive, everything's going up, and the income isn't matching.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you're seeing an increase with first-time homelessness and with the elderly population.
Yeah, it has been a trend, and it's our work. So we look into what are things looking at a national level, what's it looking at regionally, and what does it look like within our community. And we are definitely seeing that across the board. And one of the great things that we do as an agency is really, I think, help provide people with hope, and we listen to them and we understand what their problem is, and we take the time to say, okay, this seems like a lot right now, but let me deconstruct this and let me see what we have available and where we are and walk you through the process of what you need. And I think that really helps a lot of folks take this very large problem. I'm facing a possible eviction. I don't have food. I'm not sure what to do with daycare. We take this and we deconstruct it. And we take the time to walk through each part of this and what programs we have available, what community partnerships we have available. And what I find is a lot of de-escalation happens with that. They call, they're very upset. We walk them through the process, and then it becomes manageable. And we say, look, there is support. You're going through a difficult time right now, but it's my job to figure out how to help you, support you, and make sure that you feel stabilized after this. And that's what we've done a very good job at doing. If I say so, it's not good to brag, but I'm very proud of the work that we do and the work that Jason and my team does. So I just want to make sure.
You can brag. You
count
can
that.
brag. It's okay. I have a question about the stabilization. How do you judge that? How do you confirm that they are stabilized? Because the numbers are impressive.
Yes. So an HMIS, is everybody familiar on the Homeless Management Information System? So HMIS is utilized, a brief overview, with how the referral process works through coordinated entry, how folks call possibly 211, and then they're sent through a referral process, whether it's emergency crisis housing, emergency needs housing, or whether they have back rent arrears or anything like that. They go through a process and then that gets sent to us. And then there's a case that's opened up once they become homeless as to where they are and what things they need. So do they need food? Do they need, temporary assistance? Do they need housing? All of those things, medical care. And what we do is we work in that system as a checklist to say, are they housed? Do they have food? Have they seen a doctor? Do they need medical care? Do they have insurance? And we walk through that process. And once we can check off those boxes, they are considered stabilized. We can close that part of the account out. They're done. They've completed, they're stabilized, they're housed, they have all the supportive care services that they need. Of course, you have the right to waive anything that you want, but should they sign off, and then we close out that case, and that's a good thing. And that's working with community partners and working internally within our agency to make sure that they have all the supportive care that they need and follow-up care, that follow checklist.
Well, thank you, because that actually answers two questions, because I know that some of us have been on the committee for a while.
Mhm.
We talked about HMIS, and we actually had a budget line where we were paying for some of it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anybody ever telling us what they did, so I appreciate that.
Oh, it's no problem
Yeah.
at all.
You are a good professor.
Well, that's a very
Thank
quick
you.
synopsis. It's much more layered than that, but
No, but it actually gives us much more context than we had before, so thank you.
yes, thank you. Well, appreciate it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I have
Um,
one question real quick.
okay.
You
Oh, I'm sorry.
probably already said that, but I just wanted to clarify. So when you have people that are in home that are currently homeless or at risk of being homeless, so you guys like help them find somewhere to go, make sure they're stable in a home, and you keep track of them. And
So as director of housing, we have a tiered system at Family Enrichment Network where we provide multiple layers of housing needs. So we have a long-term supportive care housing project, which is located at 29 Virgil Street, called Housing Connection. It's a 19-unit facility, housing first model. And what that does is work with different demographics that are of high risk of becoming homeless. Those are actually homeless folks, and they are sent to us through entry through the HMIS process. And then we bring them into the house. We have supportive care services. We stabilize them and then work on a rubric in order for them to have active and robust case management all the way through their time with us. Another program that we utilize is low-income housing. So Family Enrichment Network owns multiple homes in different parts of the community, Binghamton, Johnson City, low-income housing, and we rent and provide maintenance on all of the facilities that we're at, as well as they have direct contact for me, and we help them through prime care coordination or whoever else they're working with as part of the rent. And then we have our Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG. That is completely preventative care. So whether it's a 211 referral or a direct call saying that I'm facing an eviction notice, there's a checklist. So we work directly. The ESG program works only within the city limits, city proper of Binghamton. However, we do have a Care Compass portion of our agency as well that is in multiple departments. And if they do not necessarily qualify for our program directly in the city of Binghamton, where we can provide rent arrears, back rent payments, security deposits to get folks into it. That's another big thing, by the way. I'm just on a little side tangent. I'm sorry. This is why I go over time. Is very often folks can pay for their first month's rent and possibly their last month's rent, but it's very difficult sometimes for them to even get a security deposit in. That's a lot of money. And if we look at a 2-bedroom at our current HUD rate, we're looking at $1,079 for a 2-bedroom apartment, and multiply that times 3. And that's what you have to come up with to get in out of the door, even if it's an application fee. Sometimes landlords can ask for a $65, $55 application fee. We help with that service as well. And we're happy to provide that payment so they can at least get the application fee and to then be allowed to, rent the apartment. So we do that as well through our ESG grant, as well as our Care Compass Homes Network, which can provide that service. If they don't live in the city of Binghamton, we can still help you if you're in the outlying area, which is great. So a lot of the people that come to us, they'll call us from, I live wherever, Port Dickinson, and they're just outside the city limit. However, we can utilize you through Care Compass, which will do the application with them, and then it goes out as a referral to different agencies, and referrals come to us in the exact same fashion. We help with that part of the housing as well. So our goal is really 3-tiered. Keep those that are housed or home that are imminent risk of being homeless, keep them housed, and do that through back rent arrears, getting applications in, all of those things. Then we have a homeless housing project, Housing Connections itself, which is a stabilization for high risk demographics. That's veterans with disabilities, reentry population, OPWDD, chronically homeless, 18 to 25, as well as survivors from fleeing domestic abuse or domestic violence. We provide full supportive care services and robust case management inside that building. And then we also have our low-income housing. So we work within the community with low-income housing and make sure we keep those folks housed and available. So that's how we work that system in order to provide support for our community.
Sounds like a well-oiled machine.
Two more questions.
Yeah.
One, do you happen to know, okay, how many of these people that you're working with have children that are school age?
Mhm.
And then what is like the average, or what is like the starting age that you guys can support someone into getting housing?
So good questions. I don't have the exact numbers on the amount of children that necessarily call very often. It's the parents or the landlord that call on behalf of them, or a referral. We do get some numbers that come in with that. Of course, household size is dependent on what, you 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. I would have to get that number to you. But the majority do. And part of our checklist is just the case management is, are your children in school? Of course, Family Enrichment Network is the Head Start programming, and we do such an excellent job with there. So we make sure that their kids are enrolled in school, at least have an application, or wherever their school district is or wherever they're currently living, we make sure that they have contact with the school district or the school in that area so their children can get registered if they are unsure. So I'm not sure exactly of that number per se. And the age that we would help for ESG, I believe, is they're adults, they're 18 and over. However, with Care Compass, a lot of the folks that come in, Care Compass Unitas, is everybody kind of familiar with that? It began in hospitals. Okay, just briefly, it started as a hospital. Basically, social workers in hospitals would come to you if you were entered into the hospital. Do you have medical insurance, Medicaid? And then they would put you into a system called Unitas or Care Compass, where they would basically triage these exact same questions that FEN does, Family Enrichment Network. And then they would try to connect you with local resources. There's an application to get in there, and then you're in the system. So we do that exact same process. Now they've outsourced that to different communities, and we're not the only one. There's other agencies within the community that are working with Care Compass. And that's another way. Now, some children can be in that system. However, obviously, if they're under the age of 18, they have to have an adult that is handling the case, but the child may be the actual case. So the child may be living in a place that is behind in rent, or the place is being condemned. But the child is the actual case, even though there's an adult that's paired there. The child may be the case, in which case we obviously work through the adult. There's a consent process that happens in the actual application and the referral form. And then we speak to the adult, but the payment may be issued on behalf of the child that lives in the house. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So because it was a hospital base, that's kind of how it worked. The child came in, they'd go through the same questions. Does that answer it? Okay. Yeah. I might. Yes, in my wallet. I'll make sure you get one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know, Jazula, what was family enrichment in the homelessness? Yeah, because I was on the school board for a whole year until I heard that there were so many homeless kids in our district. We're in the Binghamton School District, and we're starting to address that problem. So my colleague and I will be very interested in keeping tabs on you.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
If you could
Yeah.
get that information just for us, we'd appreciate that, because
Sure.
as school board members, we care about that kind of stuff too.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And again,
You
we're at
can
the
go
mercy
through
of-
the city planning department and we'll get that information.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of our children, well, a lot of the adults that call us, is your child enrolled in school? They'll
Right.
say yes or no, and then we ask, are they of age to go to school? Are you interested in Head Start programming? What district do you live in? And again, we're subject to whatever they tell us. So
But the more we're connected with each other and we know what
Sure.
we're doing, the better we can serve this community. So that's
Absolutely.
great. Are there any other questions? Because I have one. What is CES? What does that stand for?
Oh, coordinated entry system.
Thank you.
Sorry. We were talking about those acronyms.
Yeah.
I know I do sit on meetings sometimes in the HMIS committee and things, and I do sometimes have to Google, and there's so many everybody's so smart and they speak so quickly about them. And I have to
Exactly,
remember too, like,
exactly.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's a whole nother language when you work in that area, but if you don't, it's
Yeah.
like they're speaking a foreign language. I have actually a dictionary for the school district because that's
Sure.
all it is acronyms. So
Sure,
we
yeah.
appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah, I'm
So-
totally in there with you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no
It's
problem.
been
Thank you.
very insightful. We appreciate it.
Well, thank
And
you
now
very
we
much.
have your colleague
Yes, yes.
who will
Thank you
come and
again.
talk about the elevator.
I'll make sure I get you my card.
We're a very forgiving audience. You don't have to worry.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. They don't let me out much because I deal with numbers and not people. So bear with me. I'm not going to be like him. And he's a hard act to follow and a terrific program director.
Sounds like it.
We're lucky to have him. I'm the deputy director for.
Can you
Family
put your
Enrichment-
microphone a little closer so
I'm
you
sorry.
almost have to, like I say, swallow it.
I'm the deputy director for Family Enrichment Network. I've been there 25 years. I don't know if all of you know what Family Enrichment does. He does a great job talking about some components of it, but we're kind of almost like, we're wraparound services. We kind of start at birth and we go to death. We've been operating in the city of Binghamton since 1978 and are grateful for all the support that the city has given us throughout the years. I'm here to request funding for the replacement of the elevator at 245 to 249 Washington Street. The current elevator underwent an upgrade in the early 80s, and we cannot get parts to fix the elevator. These upgrades would include everything in the proposal that you guys received. Everything would be replaced except for the box itself. We received 3 quotes. One was from Otis, one from Bison, and one from Elevate It. We purchased this building in 2023, and we chose that location because it's the heart of Binghamton. We've invested over $3.5 million to purchase, renovate, and license the facility. Senator Leah Webb, through the New York State CREST grant, provided us $250,000 towards the sprinkler system and the playground. If you're not familiar with the facility, it's a beautiful 5-story, 100-year-old building that really needed to be kept the way it is and brought to life. Our programs housed at Washington Street align with the Binghamton's economic development vision in terms of delivering vibrant community services for the families we serve. At Washington Street, 90% of our program participants are low to very, very low income, and 95% of them are City of Binghamton residents. And I want to tell you a little bit about the services that come out of that facility. The basement of the building will house a therapy suite for children with disabilities. This will allow us to provide evaluations and therapy services. The George and Margaret Mee Foundation just awarded us $25,000 to make it a state-of-the-art therapy suite. The first floor of the building houses 6 early Head Start classrooms serving 60 families with daycare, education, nutrition, and support on a daily basis. This age group is 0 to 3. It allows our families to go to work and not worry about their kids and know that they're getting safe, they're in a safe environment, getting the food and love that they need. The second floor currently houses 3 Head Start programs supporting 45 families with all the same supports as early Head Start, but for the 3 and 4-year-old population. We have 1 classroom that's integrated with children with special needs, serving 12 families. The third floor houses our Family and Community Services Department that includes nutrition programs, reentry, and kinship. It will soon house our newest federal program, the Fatherhood Program, which is Eric's baby, and we will kick off services in April. We have over 40 employees at this facility. The 4th and 5th floors are home to our large motor space and meeting rooms. They've already hosted many community events, including the Business Navigator Seminar, the Fall Child Conference for childcare staff, the Help Me Grow Kickoff, the Shenango Valley Cheer Banquet, and hosted photo opportunities for seniors going to prom. We have held our staff training and personal development days there. As you can imagine, not having a functioning elevator is impacting accessibility to our staff and the families we serve. I heard so many stories tonight about how tight budgets are. They're tight for us too. 90% of our funding goes to direct service. It goes to the families we serve. It leaves a very thin margin, and this year it's thinner than ever to do anything that we need to do with our facilities. And this elevator is important because we are serving a population with special needs. Our commitment to Binghamton is to be an anchor for the neighborhood. We hope that you see an investment in Fenn as an investment in Binghamton. And we thank you for your support in the past and look forward to working with you guys for many years to come.
Thank you. For the record, could we have your name?
Nora Bush.
Thank you. Any questions for Nora? I wish we had millions of dollars. I really do.
I wish you did too.
Yeah. It was nice when we did.
Yeah. The IBM days were great.
They were.
Can you,
Thank you all.
Thank
can
you
just tell
very
me
much.
the address again, where it's located?
It's right across from the forum, 245 to 249 Washington Street.
249.
Yeah,
That, is that the old church?
it
place?
is.
It's the old First Assembly.
It
It's the
is.
old, what was it? The
Yes,
Elks or Moose
yes,
or
it
something
was.
like
It
that.
has a
Yeah.
wonderful, rich history. You guys, if you haven't seen it, I fell in love with it the first time we walked in it.
Are you in the actual big building or do you have
No,
both
we're
of
on the
them?
left-hand side.
You have the smaller, what that used to be the Sunday school building?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Because
And
I
we
used to
already
go to
set up
that
for
church. Yeah.
classrooms, and
Yeah.
it was perfect for us.
Oh, that's where you are. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's awesome. Thank you. We
Thank you all.
appreciate
It's nice
that.
to meet y'all.
Take good care of Eric. Our next presenter is Achieve.
The Y will be presenting tonight. You're here to present? Okay.
Thank you.
They told me that you weren't going to be here, but, oh, but you guys were going to be here. Oh,
Okay.
I see. I misunderstood that. Then he does not have to represent himself as long as you guys are going to do it. Oh, I'm confused. I guess I'm confused. I'll talk to you after his presentation.
Yeah, I'm getting resistance to getting the community and more involved in. building
Got
this
it.
stuff. And I think that our meeting 27th is going to be very interesting. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be in a good way, but I'm prepared for the other.
Emergency housing, the other guy is going to be doing discreet outreach the next meeting.
That's okay.
I don't know.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I'm gonna test this out just so my voice isn't
You are awesome.
crazy. I'm a very loud person,
That's
so
okay. The longer the night goes, the better, the louder.
I figured, I always say it's always tough to do these in the morning, but here we are, 8 o'clock at night,
I
and
know.
yeah, a little bit different for me. This room's pretty intimidating, so
Yeah.
wish me
Acoustically,
luck.
especially. Okay. No
Well,
problem.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here from Achieve. My name is Rafe Moorhead, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement and Grants. We're here today to talk about our oldest program, which is our summer program. I believe most of you should be familiar with this, as we come here pretty much every single year to request funding to help out with this crucial programming. For those of you who aren't for sure affiliated with Achieve, we are a local nonprofit. We work with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout all ways of life, which is, of course, what brings me here today. So our summer program, if you aren't familiar with it, was founded in 1952. It is Achieve's oldest program that we currently offer to school-age children from ages of 5 to 21. And we have a 6-week-long program to offer more educational more educational activities, as well as a whole slew of different things that we do have, and we've added throughout the years as well. This 6-week program is from July to August of every single year. We usually partner with the City of Binghamton in some way, shape, or form, whether it be for funding as well as location. This last year, we were over at Woodrow Wilson. Years before that, we were at Calvin Coolidge. To qualify for the summer program, again, you have to be in the age range of 5 to 21. This provides structured activities for any children along those lines between the hours of 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., as long as you have an IEP plan or a 504 plan. On average, students lose about a month of educational learning from their summer break vacation. This is hopefully to get them back on track. Again, it allows structured events such as art skills, culinary skills, literacy, math, STEM, sports, and socialization activities. We are very proud of the work we do, and we want to be as inclusive in the community as possible, which this is also right up that alley. We go to multiple outings each week. A large one is the Broome County Fair, which we work with you guys as well, Broome County in particular, to help get the children out there as things are expensive nowadays. We also hold many camp events to kind of get the brain juices flowing for the children as well. We have an art exhibit. We have a carnival. We do color wars, a talent show. If you've never been, I would love to have each one of you there. It is truly awesome to see, and the kids are very passionate about the art and everything that we do. We do invite community members to that. So again, it is a really awesome time.
If you can let Shannon know when it is, she can let us know.
Yeah, that would be terrific.
Okay.
The more the merrier. Like I said, it truly is a treat. A few big things that we do offer these children as well, especially in this area being a lower income area. We do offer free breakfast and lunch to anybody who participates. Now, last year we had about 72 children. This year we're hoping to have 100. So if you can add up the math, I believe that's more than a couple thousand meals that we were able to deliver to these children. We also offer free transportation for people in the area. We do partner with the school as well as our own work counselors. They're able to go ahead and use our fleet to go ahead and pick up the children to make sure that they're able to get to their programming on time. We do have a really cool initiative that we started in 2024. It's called our Buddy Program, or I'm sorry, our Best Buddy Program. Now, if I was an individual attending this summer program and I had a sibling who, say, wasn't on the spectrum or had any developmental or intellectual disability, we're able to go ahead and bring them along as well from the ages of 6 to 12. So that way your sibling won't be left out of this fun summer program that we have to offer, just for, just to show up and have some fun with everybody else and be inclusive. Again, I'm probably gonna say this way too much. Inclusivity is our bread and butter. It's we're in the 21st century, and everybody should live the most independent and happy life that they can. There's a couple ways that families do pay for this. They can do through OPWDD a waiver, which is just a waiver through their services. Usually their care manager would coordinate that, kind of their liaison through OPWDD benefits.
And OPWDE is?
Office of People with Developmental Disabilities. Yep. There's a self-pay option in case you are interested in participating in that. It is $150 a week per child, I'm sorry, which in the area is pretty reasonable for 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., especially during the summer. You could either pay $800 for the whole 6 weeks as well, which again is a bigger discount. The cool thing about the 6-week program as well is if you're a parent and you're interested in this type of program, you can pick each week that you go. So say if you have a vacation plan for mid-July and you aren't able to participate in those weeks, you're able to pick, say, 4 weeks out of the 6 to pay for and choose. Those weeks are also theme-based. So the children, before they leave for the year, get to pick the weeks for next year following up. So just as an example, there was a pirate week last year, a rodeo week. So they're all theme based on what the children do want. So they're able to pick and choose if they are, say, coming 3 weeks out of the 6, they get to choose what's most fun and what's most important for them. This also includes the activities that they participate in and the outings that take place. So again, last year we had about 72 campers enrolled. Our goal this year is to get 100 throughout Broome, Tioga, and Chenango counties. And that is currently why I'm here today, is to help request funding for this crucial programming for our longest program to continue to happen. That's it. That's all I got.
Very good. And how much are you asking us for this year?
We're asking for 10,000 this year. The 10,000 is going to go right into fringe benefits for our camp counselors. Sorry, I can't talk today. Our camp counselors. We have about 28 that participated in this last year. Usually we get a 10% increase tick every single year. So we're probably hoping for about 31 counselors this year, just to maintain supervision levels within the school.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Would just like to comment that this is a fabulous program and behind you. And I also need a copy of your handout when you're done.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What is just wonderful about this, I think, is also the transportation, because with special needs children, many times wheelchairs are involved. So being able to have that transportation to participate is very important. And I don't remember having the buddy program, but I think you said you just started that in 2024.
2024, yep.
So that's good. And one thing I don't think you mentioned is that the teens, as they are aging out, they're able to do like a work part.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. So to your point, we do have a work study. Sorry, again, it's late. I hate to use that as an excuse, but we do have a work study. So this means that children from the ages of, I believe it's 12 to 21, are able to work and get a paycheck while there. So they are able to learn on the job skills, the vocational, with their interest, right? So if I have an interest in, say, IT, for an example, you and me might sit down for an hour a day and try to learn different coding to random, all those types of things are up for the individuals to participate and learn from, all while earning the paycheck who they might have never had the opportunity to before. So thank you for that. I completely forgot.
And the Best Buddy program, are the siblings charged? Is there an extra charge for that sibling to go?
Yes. So there would be a sibling charge, just because each camper is going to get charged for being there. We do have scholarship programs though. So especially for low income families, you can request it. This would obviously depend on your income, but we're able to work through that and figure out what's best for both of us. It's more so for the programming for us as a nonprofit in the area. We're more concerned about the programming that we offer rather than the money that comes with it.
It's probably good for a not-for-profit to think that way. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions, Michelle?
My question is about, you said you service Broome, Tioga, and Chenango counties?
Yes.
For these programs. So now do you go to those other
areas
to ask for funding also?
So we have in the past, yes. Because this is held in Broome County, though, it's tough. A lot of the other places in Chenango County as well as Tioga County, because it's Broome based, it's a little bit complicated and you kind of get into a gray area there. But yes, we do ask for multiple funding through different entities.
For transportation, like for, say, someone from Owego, so Broome County would.
So in recent years, I've been with the chief for about 8 years, in this role for about 5. In the 5 years that I've been in, we haven't had anybody from Owego or Chenango participate in this. It doesn't mean that they're not able to. Transportation, I'm sure, would be a case-by-case basis, with whatever works with the family, with us, and whatever works best. But they would be able to attend based off of the surface area that we have.
But just to clarify, the money that you're asking us for would go to Binghamton residents who qualify for the HUD regulations of the block grant.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So that would be, everything else is sort of extraneous.
Yes.
As far as that goes, program wise, for what you're asking for us for.
Yes, exactly.
Just to be clear.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you very much for staying up
Of
so late
course.
with us.
Thank you for spending the day with me. Sorry to talk your ear off for the last
Not
10
at all,
minutes, but
not at all.
it was an absolute honor to be here, and thank you so much.
We thank you. Take care.
I didn't forget.
And now for the why.
I guess I looked for the email. I was thinking the whole thing was being scheduled because.
Yeah, but they didn't even know that.
Okay, yep.
Hi, everybody.
They didn't see the.
Nervous.
Hi there.
I am. Do I just press the, oh, okay. Oh,
Almost, yeah, you have to be right on top of it to be
hello.
effective. There you go.
So I'm here tonight to represent the YWCA. My name is Belinda Ellison. I'm the supervisor of emergency housing at 76 Conklin and for 80 Holly Street. And this evening I'm requesting funding for, so there's three main things really. We do other things as well, but the three main things that I can think off the top of my head is for bus passes. So as you know, there's the homeless population. It's just devastating out there. And it's hard for these tenants to go places because they're homeless, because they do not have transportation. So we do provide bus passes for them every day. And then also too, we do have outreach, which is Ephraim, and he helps with transporting the women to their DSS appointments, to go see landlords. At 80 Holly Street, we turned 80 Holly Street Shelter into to help women with disabilities, because 76 is for individuals who don't have any physical disabilities. So we will call outreach or another case manager who will use the company car to come pick them up and take them to 80 Holly so they can come pick them up. Let me turn this down. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So we will have a case manager or outreach come to 76 and take tenants who have disabilities at 76 and take them to 80 Holly, because 80 Holly shelter is now for women who have disabilities, like physical disabilities. And then also too, it's pantry. So we do pantry every day. Some of the women are not employed. Some of them don't know how to get chow. So we provide eggs, bacon. We work with chow, like I said. We provide cereal, oatmeal, the basic necessities. We also provide hygiene products, which is deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, combs, just the basic necessities that they can use to survive every day. Right now it's cold blue, so it's below 32 degrees. So we are servicing at 76 Conklin. We are servicing normally during not cold blue, we help 60 women. But during cold blue, we help from 60 to, we could go up to 70. And the turnover is insane. It's insane. We also help women from different counties as well. A lot of women from Tioga come to Broome County, and we help them. Me being a supervisor plus case manager, plus we have another case manager at 76 Conklin. His name is Jaron. We split the caseload, because if you have 60 women during not cold blue, imagine during cold blue. So we have to split that and do our due diligence to help them with the resources.
And you are asking us for?
Whatever you can give us at this point.
Well, your application must have said something. I don't have mine in front of me. So for the
They
record.
didn't.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, no
No.
problem. We'll find
No,
that
I'm
out.
sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We know now. It was 78,000.
Okay.
211 to be exact. Thank you.
Thank you.
Especially since, you probably didn't have a whole lot of notice about this, huh? I mean, I did, but I didn't. Any questions? Deb has a question.
Question. Thank you very much for coming here this evening. I guess I'm a little confused with case management and working. Wouldn't that, for a person who's homeless, housing first?
Yeah.
And then is there not coordination with Department of Social Services? So they then in turn have food stamps, or that's where I'm confused.
So when a tenant comes to the shelter, they have to apply for temporary assistance. That takes up to 45 days. During that time, they don't receive food stamps. Well, it depends. Sometimes each tenant's case is different. I can't speak for DSS, but some tenants, when they apply for temporary assistance, they wait the 45 days. And during the 45 days, that's when we provide chow, pantry, until they get their food stamps. And even when they run out of their food stamps, we still give them pantry as well. But we do try to coordinate with, of course, we do try to coordinate with social services.
Yeah, the social services turnaround time has become really quite incredible.
Yes.
It's not like it used to be at all. Any other questions?
We would, oh, sorry.
No.
With that, to piggyback off what you said, so we have women in the shelter. Before, it used to be 30 days. We have women in the shelter for 6 months to a year. And it all depends on their journey, their walk of life. Some of them are dealing with mental health, substance abuse, domestic violence, and we have to work with that. You know, they go to ACBC, they go to UHS, and we coordinate with them. But there's only so much we can do as well. You know, and during that 6 months to a year, we are, showing them resources for clothes. Sometimes we have caseworkers who donate their own clothes, to help them. We have students from the high school. We have 2 of them that we are helping right now. And that can be difficult because they don't have like a rental history. They're 18, 19 years old, so we're teaching them the fundamentals of becoming an adult.
So it sounds like you're kind of like a stabilizing factor while they get plugged into other services. Is
Correct.
that a good way to put it? The things
That's
that
an
you
excellent
do?
way of putting it, actually, yes.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. We appreciate that. You did well.
I don't have a question, but I will say, I have a blessing box over on Mary Street, and I get quite a few of the ladies over there at your shelter on Conklin Ave.
Yeah.
They come up the street to me. I also put clothing out and stuff like that. I have tried to go there in the past, like just go and knock on the door, and I've been turned away. So have other volunteers. I've showed up with boxes of food, boxes of clothing, bags of clothing, and I'm turned away. Can I just stroll up and donate things, or is it like
So we have a protocol. So and this is a general, so everyone knows. So if you have donations, our protocol is that you go to 80 Hawley and you fill out a donation slip. And when you fill out the donation slip, that's when staff from admin will come. They will divide the items between both shelters, and then they will distribute it between both buildings. The reason why we started doing that way is because we was receiving so many donations. We don't have the storage space, like the capacity to do so, especially at 76, because again, each storage space that we have, we're using every nook and cranny for the supplies that were, the hygiene products, the pantry. And then some tenants who come and the turnover is so quick, they bring all their stuff, like sometimes their apartments, and we have to hold their items for a period of time. So we have to have a process to take donations. Yeah.
donations should go to 80 Holly Street then?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, if you have, if you have food like for chow, you can bring it and we can fill out a donation slip for 76, but we would have to let 80 Holly know.
Well, the donations come from Good Neighbors,
Okay.
which is through like the Weiss over on Penn Ave,
Okay.
Weiss over on Robinson Street. I've also picked up for Price Chopper and have tried to bring things over there.
Okay.
But
So if you want to come over and ask her.
Yeah, you could let them know that she's on the CDAC and she's somebody you want to make nice with.
Every time I go to the VOA now, like they open up the door for me. I just went there today to drop off blankets and they were like, come on in. What do you have for us?
So we can build that
Blankets.
relationship. We can build that relationship. I'm hoping, please.
There you go. There you go. Any other questions? Belinda, you did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
It's a very complex subject and you did it very well.
Really? I thought I was starting a little bit.
No. No.
Thank you, guys. Have a good
Your
night.
passion came through and that was the most important thing. Have a good night.
Have a
You
good night,
deserve
guys.
it. Thank you. Okay, we have a couple of housekeeping things that we'd like to talk about. Obviously, Justin's not here. At the beginning of the year, we usually do elections for officers. But because some of us are not even sure that we're going to be on the committee this year because we haven't gotten any letters, we may want to hold that off till the next meeting. But we do have the minutes for the last meeting we had in December. Are there any comments? And if not, can I have a motion to accept those minutes?
I'll make the motion to accept them.
Okay,
I'll second.
Michelle seconds. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nobody's opposed. The other thing we might want to think about and talk about at our next January meeting is the email that went out about the cancellation of our meetings if the school is closed. I don't think we've ever defined that, but it might not be a bad thing to codify at our next meeting when we have our, hopefully everybody will be here and then we can talk about those kinds of things.
I just want to mention briefly that I'm not sure that it's necessary. You know, the weather for the school in the morning, it's very different from what's happening in the evening. A lot of things, you know, things could clear up. And also, you know, we could alternatively follow city government. If city government closes, we can close.
Okay, well, those are good points to bring up at our next meeting so that we can think about that. Okay, and maybe if you do send out reminders, we can put that little paragraph in there that we will be talking about this issue and having officers hopefully elected. And I guess it wouldn't.
And the mayor said that his appointees were definitely going to be reappointed. He just
Okay.
has not given me anything yet.
Okay.
So it is in my notes to reach out to him
Yeah,
tomorrow.
bureaucracies being what they are, we want to have our signed papers before we get kicked out. So,
I will get them.
okay. So it looks like our next meeting will be interesting. And can I have let's do our last attendance and then the motion to adjourn. Starting with Deb.
Deborah Hogan, mayoral appointee.
Jordan Trice, 5th District.
John Brunza, mayoral appointee.
Asia Ambler, 1st District.
Mary Ann Callahan, mayoral appointee.
Gisela Saintis, 4th District.
Michelle
Thank you.
O'Loughlin, member at large.
And can I have a motion to adjourn, please? Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Have a good evening, guys.